Hello there folks and welcome. This is just going to be a really quick and brief update video of the Gamma update patch, if you will. So when you hop into the game, you'll see the background of the main screen has changed to this sort of nice animated galaxy, which is nice. It's really slow and subtle, unless of course it only does that at certain points, but I've seen it moving, unless that's just me being weird. Anyway, regardless of that, here you'll see all the patch update notes, and you'll also find those on the Uber forums, so you can pause the video and read these if you'd like. But the main, well, that is a lot of update notes, but the main update of concern is that of the Galactic War. Now, before we get to that, there's been a few UI changes, which I'm just going to get to before we go there. So the main one first I'd like to get to is the Armory. If you click here, you'll see all of these commanders plus 3 new ones. These ones are sort of purchasable. I've bought all 3 because, you know, why not? And they cost $15, $10 and $10 respectively. I believe they're currently on sale as of the time of this, so they'll be sort of 10, 5 and 5. But when they're not on sale, that's what their price is going to be, and these have been designed in collaboration with the 1000-tier Kickstarter backers, hence the collaboration things here. These are the names here: Warren Hunt, Chris McIntyre and David Cartes or Carts, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Anyway, but they look pretty cool, or at least a Shadow Demon and Spider of Mean do in my eyes. The Aristocrat kind of reminds me of one of the crash dummies you'd put in a car to test the road safety mechanisms. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of things where we test and show off these two new comms. So if I click on this one here and set as my default commander and I go back to the main menu, yoink, there it is, a little bit more zoomed in there for you. It's got a nice sort of skull thing there, but the legs are really thin and it looks really menacing on the battlefield. Right, now what we're going to do, before we get to Galactic War, I know you're bristling to see it if you haven't already, but what we're just going to do is create a private game with the AI here, just so I can show you the UI, because the Galactic War doesn't have the full UI, which we will get to shortly. So I'm going to hop in with just a regular system here, add AI, and oh, they use the names of the devs now, interesting. You'll also notice there's these dynamic alliances. That means you can create alliances on the fly in free-for-alls or whatever, and it does work. I've tested that out, although there are a few bugs at the moment flying around, like a lack of in-game chat ability, etc. But then again, it is to be expected. Gamma is gamma, or beta is beta, or whatever. You'll notice the north and south pole icons have changed right off the bat. If I zoom out a little bit more, you'll probably be able to see what I mean. There's the north there, and the south is just a little arrow. So no more do you have a massive letter in your way. You also have a list, drop-down list here of all the players, and here of the planets in the system. The metal icons have changed as well. The green has gone a bit more fluorescent rather than pastel, so it's a little easier to see where the metal sites are, especially on some biomes where the contrast isn't ideal. But what we're going to do is just hop in on spawn 1 here, so I can show you the commander and the UI. Here we are. So this is the glorious, lovely commander here. Just zooming down a little bit. This is the Shadow Demon commander. Really nice. Let's give him a move command so you can see him moving. That is, if he even does a move command. There we go. Look at that. It's pretty awesome. Right, moving out of dynamic camera mode. Whoa, don't know what happened there. I think that's another bug. Right, another thing, unit icons are changed. They've got black outlines now, sort of more reminiscent of the alpha icons in terms of the colouring. And when you select units, they go white outline, so you can see which ones you have selected and which ones you have not. Also down in the bottom, you'll see, bottom right, you'll see the game timer is now vanilla as well, so no need to get that mod. Now you click on the commander and you see this massive weird UI here. I'm not sure if, you know, this is going to be kept or anything, but especially when you get to the more advanced tier units, it takes up so much space. It, you know, comes up to about where my mouse cursor is now. Yeah, it takes up a lot of space. Hopefully they'll do something about that and make it a little more discreet, because otherwise it is a real nightmare to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a fabricator here to show you an example of that. And just get him out fast with my commander, and then once we've done this we will hop into Galactic War and show you that. Right, so here, you see there, 4x4 by 4. Yeah. So that's the UI's full extent, and obviously with the more advanced bots you'll be able to fill these in and whatnot. So yeah, it's a bit of wasted space, especially for the basic tier units, as you can see. That's just my feedback there. There are cool improvements around the shop as well. Right, so let's hop out of here and get to Galactic War. Main menu, yes please. The Galactic War. Here we go. I've already tried a couple. The first conquest I did on normal, I gave up because it was too easy. Hard, I've played a couple of games of. But what I'll do is I will start a new war for you and show you how it all works. So you select your commander, obviously. Whichever one you want. I'm going to use... where is it? Let's use the aristocrat commander. I haven't seen this guy in action yet, so yeah. Then you choose the name of your save, so I'll say, I don't know, harder Galactic War, because I'm going to set the difficulty as Annihilator here, which is the hardest one, allegedly. Now, here you choose your faction, which is basically your colour and your icon, which is supposed to tie in with the lore that can be found on the Uber website and forums. I'm not familiar with the lore myself, so I don't really know what each of these mean, but, you know, it's just cool to have something to stand for, I guess. I'll go, I think I've been purple in my last two ones. Let's go red. Be a badass. That'll be TeamSpeak selling. Anyway, so you can then change the size. So if any of you have ever played Star Wars Empire at War, you'll sort of understand this when we get in. These give you a number of different systems. So, you know, obviously Uber has the most systems to conquer, Small has the least systems to conquer, and of course the whole thing is procedurally generated. If I go Uber, it'll show you the full extent. Now here, these are sort of data banks that you get, obviously, by defeating enemy commanders from the factions, and those are the faction leaders, not just conquering a system, because obviously when you attack a system it has a commander by default. And the one that you get to begin with is this vehicle loadout. So let's hop in here, and in fact what I'll do for purposes is I'll just put this on normal for you, so I can sort of demonstrate how what you get when you finish a battle. And there's this little how to play video here, which is quite nice, but I'll leave that for now, because well, it links to a YouTube video and it's not my content. Go to war! Here we are. That's the how to play video coming up automatically. Right, so this is the galactic map. Reminds you of Empire at War? Indeed it should. It reminded me of it. Now, you'll see a few things with the UI. This is going to be a quick run through. This icon here is my unit icon. These down here are my current technologies, and you'll see that this sort of shifts around as my mouse moves around. Now these are all the systems. They have a little bit of lore with each one, interestingly enough. And the highlighted ones indicate who controls which system. Now you move to a system and you can assume technology. So I'll download that tech. I've now got advanced naval tech, although at this point it's a little buggy in terms of, you know, you can't really get to advanced naval without basic naval, so that'll work fine. What I'll do is I'll just pop over here. Some of them can, you know, just be instantly conquered. I'll just get a couple of these. Here you see we found an enemy. Advanced vehicle tech, so I think I'm going to get rid of advanced naval for now and pop in advanced vehicle. Now this is part of the Galactic War insofar as it is a dynamic experience where you choose your technology that you want and you need. So these are the sort of upgrades I have. You can find ones which add extra data banks. So for instance, when you get through a whole bunch of these, you might have, say, 15 possible technology options rather than just the 3 you have at the beginning. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to explore the rest of these systems and then hop towards the purple. Oh, there's a blue one as well there.
Technology acquired.
Basic vehicles. I'm going to leave the naval in there, and I'm going to get rid of the advanced defense, just in case I do need the basic vehicle tech there, because that will be quite useful. Let's hop over here. Advanced orbital. I don't really think I'll need that yet. I need basic orbital first anyway. I might even get rid of... There we are, look. An extra data bank, that's what I mean. Let's just get all of these other ones and see what we can find. Advanced air tech. We'll probably get rid of that if we find something more useful. Oh look, advanced building tech, so let's get rid of the advanced air. Let's hop over here. Efficiency tech, now that is what I'm talking about. Let's get rid of that and download that. And the last system available to us, for free as it were, is an additional data bank. Now that would have been useful to go to first. So, let's go and attack purple or blue down here, shall we? Although we kind of want to choose our battles because we don't want to go to one that's orbital just yet, just because we don't have orbital units available to us. I do have naval available to me, but I have heard reports that, well, I've also experienced it myself, that sometimes the AI can spawn in water, and therefore if you don't have naval tech, the only way to defeat them is either by sort of luring them to shore and or by sending your commander in there on his own. Right, so let's go and attack this purple dude.
Enemy commander sighted. Battle selected.
And we enter the battle. Now, the tech tree is limited, so you have the technologies that you started with. So as we get in here, you'll see what I mean by that, because we won't have the option to build bots or air or even orbital at this point, which creates the experience. And these are all procedurally generated, so the Galactic War will be different each and every time you play. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably skip past this part of the video once I've shown you the UI and the way the sort of tech works, etc. So let's just have a really quick look at the commander here. You can also hear all the voice alerts, which are new as well. So there he is. He looks like a transformer, as it were. In fact, that probably is like a transformer. I'm not sure, I haven't seen the Transformer films, so I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely recognise that art from somewhere. Right, so you see here we don't have bots or air or even naval, simply because it's a moon, so you don't have naval anyway. But you know, and if I pop up here, and you have the efficiency as well, so you can build the storage. And, yeah. Now this is normal AI, so it'll only take me a couple of minutes to get rid of this chap. And once you know how to beat him, and basically just spam vehicles in his general direction, and you are absolutely fine. So what I'll do is I'll cut the video here and show you his defeat. I will be right back, folks. Now what we've done here is we've just scouted where the enemy base is, and it said enemy detected, and then enemy commander detected. So that sort of alerts me to that, and it also came up with alerts up here, so my skitter up here doesn't need to even bother coming down. I've queued up a whole bunch of vehicle factories because that's what's available to me. I'm going to get a whole bunch of these assisting this chappie, because of course I don't have combat fabbers at this stage of the game. I'm going to get a few mex points there on the go. In fact, I'm going to just re-queue that one because I think it overlapped there a little bit, and sometimes that can play a little bit of havoc. Right, here we go. Let's sort out the units. Interesting, but it didn't decide to build that. But there we are. So this is where it just becomes really quite easy, even on hard AI. I mean, I know this is normal, just to sort of show the Galactic War-y stuff, but I think you get the picture as to what's going on. I can't quite see the timer on my screen because my recording software conveniently puts a massive black box just here for some reason on my screen. It doesn't show up in the recording, fortunately, but I don't know why it does that. I need to contact them about that and see if I can dig up some information. But yeah, what we're going to do, we saw the commander was on the other side, so what we're going to do is, wow, he seems to have some units. That's quite rare. Yes, let's swamp that inferno with my infernos, yes. Let's kill some ants here. And raid some metal. Really start to do some damage. Knocking back here. We don't want that laser turret to go up. I think we've killed off the fabricator who was working on it as well, and we're just about to take out his only factory. As far as we have scouted. There's commanders there, we don't want to engage that just yet. So what I'll do is I'll bring these guys down here while these are a little bit of a distraction. In fact, I might even split these forces up a little bit. Because the commander doesn't normally use his Uber cannon, but just in case he does, as a sort of element of surprise sort of thing, I don't want to lose too many units. Let's hop down in here. Just get rid of all of the eco. All of the eco is gone. Anyway, right, so but this is basically how you win at Galactic War, especially in the early stages, when you're not doing... what on earth? When you're not doing a boss battle. Because the AI isn't particularly brilliant at sorting itself out. Now I seem to have lost the commander. What's going on? Where are you? Here, come me. There you are.
Detected.
Charge! And you see the dynamic experience here is where the other commanders have access to different technologies than you, which is where you can get some sort of mismatches and stuff going on, which really makes Galactic War interesting, rather than just a series of fights. So you have to sort of pick and choose your technology and your battles carefully, although you don't know the enemy tech. And there he goes.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Easy. I don't know how long that was. Once it was taken out. Oh no, seven and a bit minutes there. I wouldn't exactly call myself a good player. Right, so you return to Galactic War View here, and you explore the system, and you can claim a technology.
New technology acquired.
Advanced space defense technology. There's a lot of that flying around. If I pop down here, I wonder what this one does.
Searching. New technology.
Sub-commander. Interesting. Do I want that? I'm not sure. Sometimes these guys can be useful, although the more you have, the merrier. They are basically AI who hop in with you and just do their own thing and help you out generally in the games. So having one of these is quite useful. I think I'll switch out this advanced space defense technology again because, you know, why not? It's not like I'm going to use it really, especially with the way I play at the moment. So that's basically Galactic War. Eventually you'll find enemy commanders where you'll have like icons over the planet systems, and that's where you get boss battles, lots of enemy commanders in one place sort of thing, so they're slightly more difficult, a bit more of a challenge, and it really puts your work with your current technology to the test. As far as I'm concerned, that is Galactic War, and when you kill those commanders you get their sort of databank to begin with as an option. And that's your sort of brief overview of Galactic War here. So, thanks for watching, folks. There's more PA on the way very, very soon. And as always, have a nice day.